Good day, everyone, and welcome to season 8 of Adventures with Parker. We are here at Islands of Adventure at Universal Orlando, and I am trying to contain my excitement for the sake of this intro. This is my first time at Universal Orlando since 2016. So much has changed. I mean, I just looked over and saw VelociCoaster there. Oh my gosh, I'm probably gonna have to redo this to be a little more cohesive. Okay, things got a little crazy back there, but what I was trying to say was that I'm here for the first time in a very long time here at Universal Orlando. So much has changed since my last visit, and this time I'm actually staying on site at Dockside Inn, one of the endless summer resorts, which is cool because this allows me to get in here for early entry. And I'm actually currently on my way to the Wizarding World with Harry Potter to do Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorcycle Adventure. That was such a mouthful, holy crap. That's another one of the new rides that's been added since my last visit. And oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm here. This is actually so surreal. Like, I am here, but I'm not comprehending it, you know what I mean? But yeah, we're almost to the Wizarding World, so I'll catch up with you in a bit. All right, we're just coming up upon Hogsmeade now. I saw a sign back there that said that the wait time for Hagrid's is about 35 minutes, which isn't bad. Again, the park isn't officially open yet, so I'm happy to wait given how much of a head start we get. And 35 minutes for this ride, from what I know, is quite a deal. All right, we are officially in the Hagrid's queue. And this is crazy because the last time I was here, this is Dueling Dragons. So again, like, so much has changed in the last 8 years since my last visit. Got a nice view of Hagrid's hut here, which is kind of fitting because, I mean, this is always here for Flight of the Hippogriff, but now kind of doubles for Hagrid's Magical Creatures. I kind of like how that positioning just works for the story.
You should speak today's lesson. Also, you must be at least 38 inches tall.
Intense movement, which is not right.
But Merlin's beard, we did see pixies, scroots, and unicorns.
All right, so I just came off of my first ride of the day, which was Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure. And I had really high expectations for this one. Like, I knew this was one of the top things that I was most looking forward to doing today. And oh my goodness, it just blew my expectations. As a roller coaster, I mean, it's a family coaster, but I found it more thrilling than I thought it was going to be. Like, those launches were really nice. You got some nice little twists in there, and of course, like, special effects are not going to ruin everything, but of course, if you know, it's not a traditional roller coaster, and I kind of knew it was coming. I spoiled it a bit for myself, but still, all of those elements were so fun put together. And then just to add that level of theming and storytelling on top of it, like, this is the kind of coaster I love. Like, it's a coaster that's thrilling, but also has a good narrative. So I I was just smiling and laughing the whole time. So that was such a good ride to start out with. And the line wasn't too bad either. I mean, it's the end of early entry time now, but still. After I just passed by the posted wait time, it's jumped up to 215 minutes. So I only waited maybe half an hour max, so not bad at all. Anyways, as you can see, we are in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Hogwarts is looming in the background behind me, so I think I'm going to try to do the Forbidden Journey next, and then make my way over to VelociCoaster after that. Okay, we are inside Hogwarts, and I'm opted to do the single rider line. I might be missing a few theming elements, but I've seen it before, you know, and I just want to get on the ride quick.
These benches are not safe if you risk a cashmere. You must be more than goblin-sized. 48 inches.
Alrighty, we just did Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey, and I forgot how much I love that ride. It is just so fun, and as a fan of the Harry Potter series, they really do incorporate a lot of the elements that, you know, you recognize from the movies and all that good stuff. As far as a simulator type of attraction goes, it's so immersive and so fun. If I had one point of criticism, I would say that the screens aren't as vivid as I remember them being, but at the same time, you could make the argument that it's a little more true to the movies. Like, the movies were like, had that little bit of like early 2000s grain to them, you know, so it wasn't terribly off-putting. But I mean, overall, it's still a fun ride. Those transitions between the screens and the practical effects are so smooth. And I mean, it's just a good time. Again, I was just smiling the whole time. And the single rider line was a good move too. Like, I practically walked right on. Normally it'd be a 45-minute wait. The only downside to that is that I missed the queue, which is really immersive and really cool. If you don't mind missing those elements, then the single rider line is, it definitely comes in clutch. So real quick before we move on to our next attraction, we are in the Wizarding World. I had to get myself a butterbeer. I've always loved getting butterbeers in my last few trips, and I knew I had to get one today as well. And in my opinion, the frozen ones are way better than the other kind. I don't know, that might just be me, but I like the frozen butterbeers better. And for those of you who don't know, butterbeers, they basically have like a cream soda kind of flavor to them. It's a little hard to explain, but they are really good. I quite enjoy them, and you know what? It's a tradition. You can't come to the Wizarding World and not get one.
Well, no, I mean, like, these pants are tight, so...
All right, the next ride of the day is in fact going to be VelociCoaster, which looks like it's a 120-minute wait right now, but I might be able to get away with doing a single rider line again. Either way, I'm gonna wait it out because this has to be the thing I am most anticipating for this trip. I'm so excited for this. I've been following along with this coaster ever since it was first rumored. So, I mean, VelociCoaster is basically the reason why I wanted to come back to Universal in the first place. Like, it's the whole reason why I'm here. So I have very high expectations for it, and at the same time, I'm a little scared that it's not going to meet those expectations because I've heard it's really good, but then, you know, you run the risk of, oh, what if it's overhyped? I've already had my expectations blown out of the water with Hagrid, so I just really hope it carries on with this. I've been waiting for this for so long, so let's grab a locker and let's do this. Actually, never mind. We don't even need to grab a locker because I forgot that the lockers are actually located inside the queue. So I guess we're good to go. This is actually so imposing. I'm not nervous, but like, I don't know. There's just so much anticipation right now.
Imagine a world with dinosaurs. But we know you want more.
Our internationally recognized team of more than 40 specialized veterinarians, as well as our elite team of over 25 scientists spanning every aspect of our unique brand of hygienic engineering.
All right, so I just did my first ride on VelociCoaster, and it is a fantastic ride. It reminds me a lot of, you know, something like Maverick, where there's a lot of quick turns and quick transitions. Maybe not as intense as Maverick, like it was pretty smooth overall. It didn't jostle you too much, but it is still very early in the morning and it's kind of cool. So I only imagine as it warms up, it's gonna get even better. But my first impressions of the ride are that it is fantastic. Mind you, I was expecting maybe a few more ejector airtime moments than I got. Again, it is still super early in the morning, so I'm definitely gonna have to come back later in the day when it's warmer, but it was still a great ride. That top hat, so cool. The Motosaurus roll, that was such a neat element. I was not expecting it to feel the way it did. I heard that the Motosaurus roll is a lot of people's favorite part of the ride, and I'm gonna have to agree with that. Trying to think if there's anything else I want to say. Again, I did the single rider line just so I could get on quick, but I missed a lot of the cool theming elements that I've heard about in the queue. So I think maybe towards the end of the day, I'll just, you know, suffer to stand by so I can see that. And I'm making really good progress today. Like, I'm getting through a lot. The only other two things that I haven't done yet that are super high on my must-do list are Skull Island, Reign of Kong, and the Incredible Hulk coaster. So I think I'm gonna be able to come back and do re-rides and, you know, do the standbys on the queues that I might have skipped over. But yeah, like, I'm so glad I finally got to do this ride. I'm not sure if I'd place it as my #1 coaster just yet. I'm gonna hold off that judgment until I get a few more rides in, but I feel like it could be a candidate. The next ride of the day is going to be Skull Island, Reign of Kong. So this ride was actually under construction the last time I was here, so I was able to see the facades and all that, but obviously it wasn't open yet, so I couldn't ride it. So, you know, it's kind of good to be back here so I can finally get my chance to see what this ride is all about. What have they got in there? King Kong?
One will take us to the rendezvous point. Come back! Call everyone back! Everyone stay calm. Don't know you're going. He's right in front of us. So spirits protect us. Don't make a sound. Don't even breathe.
And that was Skull Island, Reign of Kong. That was neat. I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did, but I actually kind of enjoyed it. Like, I knew it was going to be very screen-based, and I mean, admittedly, that's not my favorite kind of ride system out there, but I think it was used pretty well here. I mean, there's some really high intensity action sequences, and because I was sitting on the edge, I actually, like, when you were facing off with the T-Rex, every time it like roared in your face, you actually got like a blast of spit, which was disgusting, but great for the sake of immersion. And I mean, the animatronic Kong at the end was so freaking cool. I quite enjoyed seeing that in person. Now, the only thing weird about my ride is that the truck went straight into the caves, and from what I understand, normally does a big loop here and it goes in through the front of the temple. So I didn't get that, and I'm not sure why. I don't know if that's a today thing or if they just changed the ride completely since it opened. But yeah, we didn't do this outside portion at all. It's a great ride. I don't think I would wait more than an hour for it, but I'm glad that I got to do it today. So I was in need of a drink break, and I had brought along a souvenir cup that I bought way back in 2016. I wasn't sure if it was still valid to reinstate the drink plan, because for those of you who don't know, if you buy a souvenir cup, I think it's free refills on the first day, then $10 or $11 to reinstate the drink plan for each additional day. Apparently, it was still valid for that, and I was able to exchange my old cup for this brand new one. And of course, I had to get the Jurassic Park 30th anniversary one. I am such a huge Jurassic fan, as you could probably tell already. So this is great. I can drink and have a cool cup. There's even a T-Rex on it. Let me show you. This T-Rex is hydrated, and so am I. Okay, so I just passed back through Toon Lagoon and I realized I never gave my review of Spider-Man, but that ride has always been one of my top favorite dark rides, and that still holds true here in 2024. I just love like the tongue-in-cheek humor and just kind of like the way they're just showing off all of the effects, like the water, the fire, the movement of the vehicles when you get shocked, all that good stuff. So it was a fantastic ride. It's definitely one that you can't miss when you come to Islands of Adventure. Now, there was kind of a funny moment where towards the end of the ride, the screen started malfunctioning. So we did the sequence where we dropped off the top of the building, and all of a sudden the frame just snapped back to where we were on top of the roof again. And then same with the next scene. Like, it was like the wrap up, like, you guys did good. And then it just froze for a moment, but our vehicle was still moving and there was still a bit of audio. So I mean, it didn't ruin the ride experience. Like, it was towards the end, like, we knew that the story was wrapped up anyways, and me having been on it before, totally fine. But I just thought it was kind of funny how, especially with the building one, how we just snapped back up to the top. It's like, oh, we went through all that for nothing. Anyways, we are heading back into Jurassic Park because I am hoping to do the Jurassic Park River Adventure, and I'll probably get a locker for that one so my stuff doesn't get wet. So I probably won't do another update until after I do that, and maybe I'll go back and do Dudley Do Rides as well, so I can do all the water rides at once. So that's where we're at.
The river flows through a newborn world, and giants. Protect these herbivores from savage predators of their native period.
water rides later, and I am absolutely soaked. So, as I said, I went over to do JP River Adventure, which is always such a good ride. I actually ended up doing it twice, once in the back row, once in the second row. Both rides are so fun. I mean, I just love, as a Jurassic fan, seeing all the little Easter eggs in there, seeing the dinos. Of course, that ending with the final punch by the T-Rex. I mean, that is one of my all-time favorite attraction moments in any of the parks. So that's always such a good time. And then I came over here to do Dudley Do-Ride's Ripsaw Falls, which again, is a really fun attraction. I really love the zaniness and the all the dad jokes that you have in there. It is such a classic, and as a Canadian, I can confirm that is exactly what Canada is like. I'm just kidding, it's nothing like that, but it's still a fun attraction. And I mean, hey, gotta love the cultural representation. The one thing I forgot though is that with JP River Adventure, even though it has that big drop and that big wave, you don't get terribly wet, but on Dudley Do-Rides, you definitely do. So I think I'm done with the water rides for now. I mean, Poppy and Pluto's Gold Rat Barges is closed for today. So, I mean, I'm not really missing anything there. I've done it in the past, so that's not an issue. But I've pretty much gotten through everything I've wanted to do in the park. I still need to do the Incredible Hulk Coaster and the Cat in the Hat ride. But once I'm done those two, I've pretty much done everything. I mean, there's some smaller experiences here and there I could go back and try to get later if I wanted to. But yeah, overall, this day has been so successful. So, I think I'm gonna just slowly make my way around the loop, do Incredi-Coaster, do Cat in a Hat, and after that, I'm gonna go get some lunch. I've been kind of pushing lunch off for a bit because, you know, I didn't want to hit the lunch rush, but I am getting very hungry. I didn't really have a proper breakfast. I had the butterbeer and I had a couple drink refills, so that doesn't really count as food. So. So, two things just happened. First of all, I met Alex from Park Twister. How's it going? So great to see him. I mean, I was hoping I'd run into some friends on this trip, so I'm glad that happened. And second thing is, I rode Incredible Hulk, and I've kind of been on this coaster before, but it was before the refurb that they did in 2016, 2017. So I'm not counting it as a new credit, but it was a bit of a new experience. They had new theming elements. It was a lot smoother than I remember it being. They had this cool soundtrack going. It's a great ride though. Alrighty, so I got myself the redfish bluefish poke bowl, and apparently the noodles are supposed to change color, so we'll see how that works. So we got the sauce here. So I'm not noticing too much of a difference. They do look a little lighter than they did though. Maybe I gotta give it a minute.
dancing's pretty strong. Will that count?
Yes, it does! Last attack called the nappy. Drinks the wrong way.
And that is going to do it for my visit to Islands of Adventure. And what an adventure we had! I mean, this was such a good visit. I don't think I could have asked for a better day. And I mean, Islands of Adventure is one of my all-time favorite theme parks out there. And I held that opinion even long before VelociCoaster and Hagrid's. But with the addition of those two rides, that opinion is more solidified than ever. And I mean, yes, there's some really great rides, like obviously VelociCoaster is really good, Hagrid's is really good, Spiderman is one of the best dark rides out there, you have some of the best water rides there, but the thing that makes Islands of Adventure so special is just the character and the theming and the way that everything comes alive. Like, that park is so immersive. It's one of the most immersive parks out there, and I just love being in there and even just walking around the lagoon and going from land to land. It's just such a good place to be in, and I can't believe it took me so long to get back here. I hope my next visit isn't going to be quite as big of a gap as this one, but still, like, what a homecoming. And in addition to getting to experience such a great park, I also got to hang out with Alex for the day. I mean, he came, oh gosh, I don't even know when I met up with him. It was around 3 or 4, sometime in the late afternoon. And he stayed with me right up to park close, which is awesome. Yeah, so I remember he left right after we checked out the Mardi Gras Halloween Bayou boutique, whatever that thing was called. And then I went in for one last ride on Hagrid's before heading back to the hotel. But yes, Alex is one of those friends that I've been chatting with on Twitter for basically as long as I've had a Twitter account. So it was awesome finally getting a chance to meet him and hang out with him in person. Coming up, in my next vlog, I'll be visiting Universal Studios Florida. And in addition to experiencing all of the cool rides and attractions that that park has to offer, I also got to take part in their annual Mardi Gras event. After that, I spent a couple days in Disney, and I'll basically be putting out a vlog for each park, so a vlog for each half day. So if you don't want to miss any of that, or any of my other adventures from theme parks, attractions, and beyond, you might want to consider becoming a subscriber. You can also find me on social media. I am at @AWParker on Instagram, Threads, and Twitter, and at Adventures with Parker on TikTok and Facebook. As always, shout out to my Patreon members for always going above and beyond in supporting this channel. I appreciate you guys so much. So much. And if you're interested in supporting the channel for as little as a $2 a month in exchange for some sweet perks and bonus content, you can head on over to patreon.com/ADVParker to learn more. Once again, thank you so much for joining me on this adventure. And until next time, the adventures are calling. Bye-bye! So this ride was actually under construction the last time I was here. I mean, yeah,